Hey everybody, Matty Ice here, and in today's video I'm going to take you through the revised Grandmaster Strike Arms Dealer. Now, if you've done Arms Dealer before, especially in recent seasons, this is going to be very similar. It's going to be kind of repetitive for some of the stuff I've covered if you've watched previous videos, but it's still different enough to where I think some tips and tricks could be helpful. So in this opening encounter, you're going to start out like normal, but you're actually going to have one of Keitel's forces helping you out a little bit, which is kind of nice, but for the most part, just same as before, keep your distance, kill the barrier, kill the unstop, and you'll be fine. Now, once you've hacked through the door and you made your way out into the open area, again, this is going to be pretty much just the same as last time. The main thing you want to do, though, is focus down the Thresher as quickly as possible, because that thing will absolutely destroy you with its little seeking rockets. You can shoot the rockets out of the air. It's a little difficult, but it's just better just to get it out of the way as soon as possible. The next thing I would recommend is trying to take out the snipers that are on the far left side and the one that's in the back. Getting rid of them will just make your life a little bit easier, but otherwise it's just ad clear, kind of same as usual. Now, instead of continuing to progress as normal, you're actually going to take this little man cannon over to the little platform. This should look familiar if you've done the Presage mission. This is where you get the distress code. When you get here, there's some champions and some enemies, but again, there's snipers that are off to the platform on your right. Try and take those out again as quickly as you can. It's one less annoyance you have to worry about. I believe there's only 3, so just keep that in mind as you're plinking them down. And then just have the rest of your team either suspend or just take care of all the other ads that are coming across the bridge. It's a pretty narrow platform, so pushing them off the map or just freezing them in place, bottlenecking them, whatever you need to do. It's all pretty easy right there. So after that, you're going to take another man cannon and you're going to get to where you are normally at for the rest of the Arms Dealer mission. This time, you're going to actually need to do a dunk. So instead of dunking in your usual spot, you have to kill a special guy. He drops a ball that you have to go carry over dunk to free the Scion. I don't know if this is always the case, but I did this twice, and the ball despawns in my hands every single time as I go to carry it over. Again, I don't know if that's just a thing that happens, but it happened to me 2 out of 2 times. So when it despawns, a Thresher comes in, more ads spawn, you just kind of rinse and repeat, and then you move forward into the open area. Now, normally for this open area, you would just sparrow through and kind of ignore a lot of the stuff. You can't do that anymore. They're trying to slow you down, make you actually do some work. So you're going to go to your right, and you're going to, again, free some more of Keitel's forces. As you progress up, there's going to be a static ship. So it's not a Thresher that you can just blow up, but it still has a turret on it. But what you want to do is you want to make sure you shoot that turret from a distance, because you can't actually blow it up, so it stops shooting missiles at you. Once you've blown that up, again, you're going to kill a special guy, dunk the ball, free the forces, fight some ads that spawn in, and make your way into the ship. This is going to take you to the tank room, and again, the tank room is pretty similar, at least at the opening section. There's a bunch of ads that spawn, some snipers on the right, some legionnaires and an unstoppable, and of course the tank. Take out the snipers, focus on the tank. This is all just kind of business as usual. Stay in this little opening section. If you want to go to the little area on the right, you can use those little canisters as cover. But just take out that tank as quickly as possible while avoiding sniper fire and having someone take out the snipers. Now when you get to the part where the second tank used to be, there's actually going to be a tormentor now. And again, a ton of ads. I recommend killing the turrets and the ads as quickly as possible, kind of ignoring the tormentor. He's just going to be shooting his little void projectiles at you. If you get out of range of the turret, that's also fine. But just get yourself in a situation where you can actually just focus on the tormentor and the ads without worrying about the turrets. And that means either getting rid of the turrets or just getting to a safe spot. You can suspend this tormentor. He's not like one of the super boss ones that you can't do anything to. So again, stasis, suspend, it's all really nice here. Once you break his shoulders and he goes into his little rage mode, there's going to be a bunch of ads that spawn. I recommend just backing off completely, going to like the lower section, like working your way back to the entrance of the room, and then just using that distance to clear out all the ads, get some coverage. Just watch out for all the snipers and stuff that spawn behind you, because it is a bit of a problem. Otherwise, just work your way back up, kill the rest of the turrets, anything else you might have missed, and just finish off that tormentor. Once you make your way into the pre-boss area, this is where you first fight Brakazan and where you're first introduced to the turrets and all that. The main difference between old Brakazan and new Brakazan is the flame turrets are now just regular turrets, and these regular turrets do a lot more damage and are a lot more lethal. So just play this as usual. I like to go up to this upper platform here. It's got some nice cover, and just shoot everything down. Now the actual boss arena is pretty much the exact same. The main difference here again is the turrets. Now, as soon as the elevator gets here, I want you to jump to the left and use this little pillar for cover. You can also stay on the ground floor, but there's going to be a ton of turrets that spawn, and you want to instantly get in cover for those. Because if you don't, they will absolutely destroy you in like half a second. Once you've cleared out all the turrets, then you can worry about shooting the boss. And when you get to the first health gate, or at least close to it, he's going to make his way to his little hidey pillar like he normally does. And that's when you're going to have to actually start worrying about things spawning in. So he's going to go immune, and he's going to start working his way towards his pillar. He either teleports or just will walk there. And once he's there, keep doing damage until he puts a shield up. And once that shield's up, he's going to spawn more things. The thing you have to mostly concern yourself with are the turret spawns, because again, if they spawn and you're in the wrong position, they will just instantly turn on you and destroy you. So I recommend staying on this left side, because there's no adds that spawn directly next to you, but the turrets spawn in the center and some other things come in a drop pod. Again, you're going to have one of these non-killable ships come in that has a turret on it. Worry about shooting that turret and clearing the adds. So if you have one person dedicated to controlling the add spawns and the other two can shoot the turret off the ship, or if you have somebody in a well, the well person can tank all the ship shots and worry about shooting the turret while everyone else worries about the adds, or vice versa. But once you have that turret destroyed, you're going to have to find the special dunk ball that was dropped by one of the adds, and again you just have to go dunk it by the guy's tower. Again, I had this ball despawn on me several times throughout this whole thing. Supposedly they fixed this, but as soon as you pick the ball up for the first time, more adds will spawn. I recommend waiting to dunk until you've cleared those out. Now after you've dunked, make sure you give it like a hot 5 seconds before you get onto the platform, because the tower exploding will kill you, and you don't want to have to just cause that headache. So wait for a minute, and then I recommend going up to this right side. As a general consensus, I kind of like keeping on the same side as the tower that you destroy. So I start on this side first, once I've blown the tower up, and work my way to the other side, because if you don't, the boss and the adds will kind of pin you in against the wall, and it can just be a potential issue. Now once you've blown up the tower, it's kind of business as usual. There's going to be add spawns, dog spawns, but Kaido's forces are here to help you out, and choose this position that you would in your normal GM situations. I like to stay, again, use this cover on the right side. There's like these little pillars, there's the barricade that I use to hide behind the thresher later on. Just keep your distance from him, dodge the sniper shots, and focus on add clear first. Once he goes into his tower, again, make sure you shoot him until he has his shield up, and then that'll spawn the thresher and the remainder of the adds. To take care of the thresher, I recommend staying on the same side. There's a little bit of a barricade you can use to hide behind. It's actually really helpful. It's far enough away from the add spawns that you can get some good distance there, and it's got great coverage for the thresher missiles itself. So again, if you have somebody with a well or something like that, have them tank the shots, focus that thresher down while everyone else clears adds, and just make sure you don't get caught out of position here. Just as before, once you dunk the ball, his pillar's going to blow up and he's going to run more towards the middle. Again, give it that hot 5 seconds before you jump up. But this time when you're on the platform, there's going to be turrets that spawn pretty much right here in front of you after you do a little bit of extra damage to him. So if you have a well, plant that pretty quickly. If not, I recommend just kind of staying more in the middle of the area or down low. You could also just stay completely on the other side where you blew up his first tower. Just be aware that these turrets do spawn right here. I don't know if they spawn on the other side as well. We just did this twice and I never really tested that out. But otherwise, if you have a well, it's pretty easy to do. Again, take out those turrets as quickly as possible and then you should be good to go. So that's Arms Dealer. This Grandmaster is still pretty simple. It's still pretty quick and easy. If you need to do different elements or your Stasis Darkness subclass, I recommend doing that for this one. It's still pretty chill. There are a couple hard parts in comparison to how it was before, but overall it's not too bad. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you could like it and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And if you need any assistance, please let me know in the comments below or join our Discord channel. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.